Hi guys, how you all doing? We are welcome to my channel. My name is Ada. Yes. So guys, we're going to do something very different today. I'm going to talk about something quite different from what I usually talk about. Today I'm going to talk about something that's in line with my training and something that has been on popular demand. In fact, I get the question every day. Voice notes, early in the morning, someone could call you because some people are distressed about this particular topic. So I'm going to talk about sole responsibility requirement. So responsibility requirement is basically the requirement that some embassies are asking from people that are traveling without the other spouse. We are traveling with a minor without the other spouse, like a child without the other spouse. That is the requirement you have to fulfill. So responsibility requirement. So guys, hold on. I believe you'll get value. It's going to be a short video, I promise you. At most 7 minutes, we are done. So I need to get into business immediately. So that I get a question here where someone is asking me, hi Ada, I want to travel with my three children, but the father is not coming with us, and can I just travel with them just with his consent? If it's a visitor's visa you're applying for, besides, I'm not an immigration expert. I'm just talking about legal aspect of traveling and legal aspect of requirements when you want to apply for a visa. Some legal aspect that you should consider. So now I asked this person first, are you married? Were you ever married, or what kind of marriage did you conduct? And first thing first, as a legal practitioner, as someone that wants to assist someone to get a sole responsibility requirement, you first have to ask the person, what kind of marriage did you conduct? What kind of marriage were you in? This person now, I ask her a question. Are you married to the man? Are you married to the father? Because it's a lady that wrote me. This is applicable to men as well. For if it's not like a gender thing. The same question they're going to ask a man traveling with the children without the other parent's consent or something, or travel without the other parent at all, not even consent. Consent is even far off from it. So first thing first, if you're going on a visitor's visa, you can just go with just a consent. But if you're traveling, I'm going to stay more than 9 months, that's you're traveling with a student visa, you are going to fulfill the sole responsibility requirements. So first thing first, have you ever been married? How did you have the child? First, if you have not been married before at all, you can just, the birth certificate should show that you have never been married. Why did I say it's going to show? The birth certificate will show that there's no father in the picture. If you have never been married, if the father is not involved in the child's life, it should show in the birth certificate of the child. You don't need to write any man's name there. A person that is not involved, don't need to write the person's name there. If you're not involved and don't want to be involved in the child's upkeep, your name should be in the there. It's a normal thing. So first thing, if you've never been married and then they're asking you the name of the father of the child, and because you're not married, you just don't want, you want to write your father's name there. It's actually risky. You're supposed to like leave the column blank because of this issue now. And since there is no provision for the father and you never wrote anybody's name as a father, you could just go to a customary court through motion expertise and ask the court to issue a sole custody order that you've been responsible for the child. And obviously, the court will look at the birth certificate and see that you're just a single mom, that is just you and you alone in the child's life. So the order can be granted immediately at the customary court. And why I said it's going to go through a motion expertise is because you're not going to inform the other party. There's no party to inform. So it's going to be one person. That's, you're not putting anybody on notice. So it's going to go through the normal motion expert to say that I, Miss so person, that I have been in sole responsibility of the child, and the court can issue a sole custody order. You can use and submit your application and travel with your children or your child to the UK. And then another provision is the people that are married but they are separated. In that case, I will ask you, what kind of marriage did you conduct with your spouse? Did you conduct marriage under the arts, or did you conduct the customary marriage? Assuming you just married traditionally, like they paid your bride price and did your traditional marriage, you could go to the customary court and ask for and apply, and they go through a lawyer, you file for a sole responsibility order, sole custody order, as the case may be. You can actually call it anything you want to call it, or refer to it as as how you want to do that. So either a sole custody, file an application through your lawyer for a sole responsible order. And such cases is that when you know that the other party is not involved in the child's life, because people can be separated, but the other party is not involved in the child's life, you can file for the sole for the order. And when you file for a sole custody responsibility, the other party must be put on notice, because it's a court proceedings. You are petitioning somebody to come to the court now. When the other party comes and all that, any order the court cannot issue an order to any of the parties, and any of the parties can travel with the child. The party that has a sole responsibility order can travel with the child. So the appropriate court, if you're separated and you are married under the act, or you are married traditionally, if you're married traditionally, you can approach the customary court as well. And assuming you are married under the act as a separated person, you can approach the magistrate court or the high court to get a sole custody order. So you're going to file it in a family court in the magistrate court, and then a family court in the high court, depending on the jurisdiction you are. But in Lagos, specifically, a family court in the magistrate court and a family court in the high court. You file for specifically custody of the child. So you are not going to go higher than that. And assuming that, and then the other party will put on notice, and is a proceedings, a court proceedings. And then at the end of the day, any of the parties could be issued a sole custody that the party could use it and apply for the UK study visa for the children, to be able to travel with the children of the marriage. And then another thing is this: if you're divorced, you don't need all this. If you're already divorced, the who has the sole custody order is already in the divorce proceeding. So it's already in the other needs or others to look at the case maybe. So it's already specified there. So you don't need to do anything. You just have to attach it that I have the sole custody of the children, or I'm so responsible for the children, so they can grant you your child visa. And then another thing again is that if your spouse is late, you just need to go to MPC. If you when I mean MPC, National Population Commission, and ask for the death certificates of your husband. Obviously, you must get the normal death certificate issued by the hospital before going there. Or if you don't have them, you could get a poster, something to show that the man is actually dead. And if the man died at home and there was no hospital, you can get a police extract. You get a police report, as the case may be, and then approach to the file an affidavit to show that the man died at home, and then approach the MPC and ask for a death certificate of your spouse. So with that death certificate, you can apply for your visa, and your visa will be issued, because it shows that the father or the other parent is not around, and then the other parent is late, and then I am taking full responsibility of the child. So these are just the requirement. And then please, 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 because I love you, I need to tell you something that is really very important. They don't just get custody order. They don't just get sole custody. Please, I beg you. Anybody that does it for you, just 24 hours, you're getting sole custody, please, is fake. And you are going to risk being banned for 10 years for submitting a forged document. It's a proceedings. You go through the proceedings. It's not just like something you get from somewhere, go to court and they will write it and give you an order. No, please. You go through a proceedings and get an order of the court. And assuming you are not fighting with your husband, that both of you are fine, that you are not separated, or that you are not separated. That's most important. You are not separated. That you guys are really, really happily married, and you want to travel with children, because I know some people could ask that question. Your husband have to show the reason why he's not coming with you, or your wife has to show the reason, a cogent reason why he's not coming over with the family. And that reason could be business. If it's business, there should be like a company or something to show. You have to explain to them, and in that case, your lawyer can draft a sole responsibility agreement for the both parties to say that, look at the reason why I'm not traveling with my family. Look at when I'm going to come and stay with them, or stuff. Just something to show. And then that responsibility agreement should also have how the other party is going to take care of the child. Because if the other party is going for studies, he has to show the UKVI that there should be a child minder. They're going to pay for the childminder, or you might have actually contacted the childminder. All these things should be involved in the sole responsibility. And also the provision of who is going to provide too is solely going to be involved. Don't worry, I'm going to do a video of what a sole responsibility agreement should contain. But for now, please and please, so custody order is not just issued. You go through proceedings. The court sits, a lawyer appears for you, and then you go through a proceeding. You can even appear on your own, because some people can appear on their own too. If you don't want to get a lawyer involved, you could appear in person, and then you go through the proceedings, and the order is granted and is given to you. So please make sure you don't patronize people that deceives you, that so custody order, you can just get it just like that in court. So guys, I'm going to end this video here. I promised for it to be 7, but now it's already 10 minutes. So I'm going to end this video. So kindly subscribe to my channel, like my channel. And if you have gotten value in what I said, please, please, please comment on my channel and kindly subscribe, because I'm going to talk about what a sole respect agreement is going to contain in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. I really love you guys.